I believe that my magazine would be widely sold because many classic rock magazines are very popular and appear in shops and supermarkets all over the country. There is obviously a wider market for classic rock magazines, and so I think a large company would distribute my product. Classic Rock magazine is distributed by Future plc, which also distributes magazines in the USA. Mojo is distributed by Bauer, and Uncut is distributed by IPC Media. This is a large selection of companies for classic rock magazines. However, I think Bauer would be most appropriate on account of the fact they distribute Q magazine as well as Kerrang and Mojo, which cover all various types of rock music and are all very popular and well known. And I think my product would benefit from being a part of that company. But I would also benefit from distributing my product because it would attract an entirely different audience to those who read Q and Kerrang, but it would also provide an alternative for Mojo magazine. An advantage of having my product distributed by Bauer is that it gives my magazine the potential to be as well known and popular as Kerrang, Mojo and Q. It also means that there would be an opportunity to challenge generic conventions and possibly change my magazine into something more unique. Another advantage is that Bauer caters more to niche audiences, which would give my product the opportunity to contain smaller bands and become somewhat more independent from the likes of Mojo and Q. However, the disadvantages are that these are the kind of well-known magazines that I would have to compete with, two of which are aimed at a very similar age range, which are Mojo and Q, and Mojo in particular as it contains similar bands and similar content in general. Another disadvantage is that the possibility of being a part of a large company to distribute my product could mean that my product would be under more pressure to become even more mainstream and feature larger bands, as opposed to the possibility of becoming more independent. Even with these advantages and disadvantages, each one of these music magazines which are distributed by Bauer have their own websites, which shows that my magazine would have good publicity and internet coverage. And in the cases of Kerrang and Q magazines, they also have radio stations which have really been beneficial, as Kerrang and Q are far more mainstream than Mojo. So I believe that to have a radio station as well as internet coverage would benefit my magazine, as it would be twice as much advertising and media coverage, and Bauer Media poses this opportunity. Award shows are also an option, as Kerrang has its own award show. However, Kerrang chooses to include far more mainstream bands, and so the award shows are relevant to music nowadays. Whereas with my magazine, the awards would be aimed at a very niche audience and possibly with unknown or much less popular bands, and so that's kind of an opportunity that wouldn't be worth taking and wouldn't apply to my magazine.